Hello and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. Y'all, we are back downstairs. We are in the basement area again, and it's time for us to guess what? Start some transplants. Today is September 20th, and so I still have a pretty good growing season outside yet. So it's not really time for me to really get inside my grow tent area just yet. But I wanted to prepare for that by starting a few seeds, and I'm going to start a few seeds that I'm still going to transplant outside. If you remember my growing area, let me show you. It's not pretty right now. It's not pretty at all, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. And it's very dark in here. So I'm not turning all the lights on, but I have this huge grow tent right here. I grow all winter long in this grow tent. I have seed starting stations over here, as well as over in this space right here. And they take a lot of energy. All of those big, powerful lights and everything. Y'all, I don't want to turn all that on right now. I don't want to turn it on at all. I'm not ready to start increasing the energy bill inside my home. So I have a new product that I'm trying out, and I'm going to try it out with you. So I have done work with LetPot in the past with their hydroponic systems. I've grown tomatoes and lettuce and spinach and cucumbers in their hydroponic system. And that's what I use to grow in the winter time, so I can continue to eat fresh vegetables throughout the year. But they now have a smart seed starter germination system, which I am trying out for them. In this, it includes a warming tray, so I don't need a heat mat, right? So I got the warming tray. It's got the water area for me to put the water in to water my little seedlings. And y'all, look at this. It comes with a light as well. So we are going to put this together, and then we are going to start some seeds that we're going to use for the indoor garden, as well as some transplants that are still going to go outside, because I still have a good 2 months, 3 if I stretch it with some covers and that kind of stuff, outside in the outdoor grow space. So we will start seeds for both. So first thing we got to do, y'all, we got to put it together, and we are going to follow the steps that came with the system. Again, it is called the LetPot Smart Seed Starter Germination System, and links will be to everything below. And yes, just like the hydroponic systems, you can attach this as well to an app on your cell phone. It's got Wi-Fi on here as well. So it's the same quality that LetPot has always delivered, at least for me. So the first thing it says I need to do is put it together, right? So I'm going to follow these instructions with you so you can see just how quick and easy it is to put this together, or if it's not easy. But I believe it's going to be pretty easy. Got that in there. And I think this will also help me keep track of the system, like the hydroponic systems that I have. When the water gets low, I know because the app tells me the water is getting low. This unit provides an EC sensor which tracks the temperature, so we can keep accurate readings of our temperature, as well as when it's time to fertilize your plants. Now I'm supposed to install the light. That was easy. Now all I need to do is fill this tray up with all of my soil. And when I'm doing transplants, when I'm starting my young seedlings indoors, I use a seed starting mix if I have it. If I don't have it, no worries. I'll just use Happy Frog. And I have a little bit left from last winter, and that's what we will fill all of these little cells up with. I'm going to leave this right here because then we'll fill that up with water. But the first thing I'm going to do is fill this up. That's some pretty big holes, so I'm going to carry this over like this. And this is where my soil is that I have left anyway. Let's fill it up. I might have enough to fill the whole tray, but I don't think I need the whole tray. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 40 cells. 40. Y'all, I don't think I need 40 plants. Not 40. Even if I'm putting some of this outdoors, I still don't need 40 plants, y'all. No. But we'll see. You know, I could take some of these over to the neighbors, though. To make sure he has plenty of lettuce and stuff over there. And y'all, I know this soil is super dry because it's been sitting here probably for about 4, 5, 6 months or so. But we're going to start with this anyway. And now I need to put water in that part right there. So let's get back over to the table. So for adding the water, it says I need to do what? Let's see here. Add water to 50% capacity of this storage tray. So about halfway up, we're going to add this water. And my poor little seed starting soil is probably going to soak it all up. All right, place the seedling tray into it, okay? And now it says sow seeds. And so I'm going to do it the way I normally do it. So what I'm going to do is move this to the side because I don't need this just yet. We'll put it over here out the way. And we will work on our seeds right here. What seeds are we going to start? Well, y'all, we're going to start some lettuce. A lot of lettuce. We're going to start some iceberg lettuce. Just traditional iceberg lettuce. I thought I had 2 pictures of it, but I only see the one. But iceberg lettuce. Bronze minuet. Pablo. Giant Caesar. Oh, there's the other iceberg lettuce. So this is iceberg head lettuce, but this is from M.I. Gardner. La Rosa, which is a leaf lettuce. It's got some greens and reds in there. Grand Rapids leaf lettuce. I prefer leaf lettuce over heading lettuce unless it's iceberg. I mean, I like my romaine if I'm having a Caesar salad, but I really like leaf lettuce. So this is ruby red leaf lettuce. Some of these you probably have heard of before because I kind of grow some of the same things all year round, but it's such a large variety. If you're new to my channel, some of these may be new to you. Mervelle. Y'all, this is real pretty when it grows. It's so pretty and delicious. It's got a sweetness to it. It's crisp and tender, and it just has fine flavor. So it's from the French. We're going to do some German Gustav. May Queen. And those are all of the lettuce that I'm going to start today. And I'm also going to start some micro dwarf tomatoes. Now, I'm not ready to bring those indoors just yet, but I can go ahead and get them started, get them established. So when I bring my pots and everything in for my indoor grow space, these transplants will be ready to go. And I am only growing 3 micro dwarf tomatoes, micro dwarf, about 12 inches tall, and they're all going to be cherry style tomatoes. But we're going to do Tiny Tim, That's my red one. I'm going to do orange hat. And so, of course, you know, that's my orange one, right? Boom. Okay, there's seeds in there. And I'm going to do gourmandise, whatever, but it's yellow. Now, I thought this was just a dwarf tomato, but it is a micro dwarf. It never got a foot tall, and it says that it'll grow anywhere from 12 to 20 inches. It never got that tall for me. So we are moving it into the micro dwarf pile. And there are a few things that I'm going to still grow outdoors as well as growing indoors in the very near future. And that's some collard greens. So we're going to grow the champion collard green. And yes, I have them growing outside already, but we're going to bring some inside as well. And we're going to do the Georgia Southern collard green. And I usually just direct sow those, but I'm not ready to bring things indoors yet, but when I am ready, instead of direct sowing, I will be able to put transplants in, so I will get a harvest sooner. So that's why we're going to do that with the collard greens. And then there's one more cabbage that I want to grow outside, and this one's new to me. Violatio de Verona. Yeah, right. Just look at it. I think it's an heirloom. I've never grown it before. It's a new cabbage for me. And I was going to wait till next year to grow it. But hey, why not? Start it here, get it going really nicely. And then I can move it outside to my little greenhouse area. And it can probably grow all the way up through December. If I do it right, you know, with some protection, I should still be harvesting cabbage, collard greens, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. I think that's about it. Brussels sprouts, I can harvest those probably all the way up to December, if not mid to late December, depending on the weather. And who knows with the weather? Y'all know how crazy that weather is. But that's everything I'm going to start right now. That's all of it. That's everything. And y'all, I got how many name tags made? None. Let me go get some name tags. Now, I prefer to reuse name tags, but y'all, I don't have time to do that today. So we are going to make all new name tags. We will reuse them some other time. So this will be 5 cabbage coming down the side there. Collards, we'll do the same thing. And I don't think I got that many collard seeds. I really don't. I got plenty of the Georgia, but not many of the champion. And for the collard greens, y'all, I will put like 2 seeds in each one of the pockets if I had it, because I can easily separate them when I'm ready to up pot or transplant them outside. And I don't need that many tomato plants, so I'll only be doing a couple of each. That's like for real, 2 plants of each. That's it. I'm trying to turn it so you can see it. So I will finish making these name tags. I will bring you back, but we are going to plant these to the depth that the seed pack tells me to plant it to. And so we're not going to get fancy in any way. We just going to get it done, y'all. And I will bring you back once I get all these labels made up and after I plant these seeds. 2 champion collard greens. 2 whole collard greens. 2. Okay, we have all of the seeds in. We planted them to the depth that the actual packet said. So most of them are 1/4 inch deep. Most are. I didn't have anything that I just pressed into the top. I put the seeds in, and now it says I'm supposed to mist the surface with water. Where's my water? So we will mist the tops. And when you do this, y'all, this will make that water draw in from the bottom. I do this process a lot when I'm starting seeds. So this isn't a special step just for this tray. I do this with all of the seeds that I start. I mist the top, and it'll make it just pull in all that water from down below. And I'm going out of town, so I definitely want these seeds to be doing their thing while I'm gone. So when I come back, I can see all the nice little seedlings popping their heads up, right? We will find out who's coming to the party. So I did that. Now it says I'm supposed to place it into the tray. So let's get this out the way. Move this back in the front where you can see it. Now you can see all the stuff on the front of it that I was looking at. But let's put it on the mat. There we go. There we go. All the name tags facing backwards. There we go. Now the name tag's facing in the right direction. Connect the soil tester. That's this right here, I believe. And it goes, oh wow, nice. Soil tester. So it connects in the back. So it's just a USB connection in the back. And I do need the tray to be turned this way because it sticks in this little hole right here, the soil tester. I want to put it here. And it says make sure it's all the way in. So I need to go to the edge. I could have went to any of these, but I want it to stay back here. Ooh, now I can also put the dome on. So this lifts up. And there is a humidity dome that you can use. It's optional. And I'll just be honest with you, I normally don't use a humidity dome, but I will because I'm going to be out of town. And this way, I don't have to worry about it needing to be watered. The humidity dome keeps the moisture inside, and you don't have to water as frequently as you do without it. So we got the dome on. It says plug in the power. And we are going to keep it right here on this table for now so that we can kind of monitor how it's doing, but we will find its final home for the next batch of seeds we start. There's a place on the back here to plug it in. Now, a lot of your seeds don't need light until they germinate, but I'm not going to be here when that time comes because I'll be traveling. So we're going to go ahead and put that light on a timer right now. Now, I usually put my light as close to my seeds as possible. Now, with that being said, I'm hoping the light is strong enough so when the seeds germinate, they're not stretching to reach the light. So that is one thing I got to watch out for. I'm going to leave my vents open. So to turn the device on and off, you short press it. Short press. That's how you turn it on and off. Just to turn the light on and off, you short press that as well. To reset the planting days, long press that. There's a manual control here, and it's going to always default to 12 hours. There's a phone timer next to it as well. So if I use the app on my phone, then that app on my phone will control the timing of this light. I think that's it. All right, so now I just need to connect it to the app. Now, I already have the app, but if you don't have the app, there is a QR code right there to download the app, but I already have it. So let's go to LetPot and let's add the new device. All right, the device is online, it's connected. I'm going to keep the heat off because I don't need heat on this right now. We're going to have the light turn on at 7 o'clock and it's going to turn off at 7 o'clock. How about that? But y'all, that's my new LetPot Smart Seed Starter. So this is a pretty nice setup, y'all. I'm very happy with it. If you're interested in this Smart Seed Starter from LetPot, I will have a link to everything in the descriptions below. And this will be something that I'll be using all winter long in my indoor grow space. And I'm absolutely going to use it in the spring when I'm ready to start the seeds for the next season as well. Pretty nice little unit. When I come back from my trip, I will make sure that I share just how this looks. And here are those pictures now. just want to show you how my seedlings are doing. This is 5 days of growth, actually. So I think it's doing really, really well. I do have a little bit of, if you want to call it mold or something, growing in there. But I've had the cover on for 5 days and I've been out of town, and I was able to get all of this to grow, and we haven't had to add any water whatsoever. Now, I believe this right here, this issue that you see here, they're a little lanky, but I think that's because I had the cover on too long. But other than that, everything's doing pretty good. It looks like the outside areas here on both sides, they are having to pull themselves in to get to the light. So if you have something that needs a ton of light, maybe I wouldn't use those outside corners. That outside row on both sides looks like they're really struggling with the light. Everything else looks good. That's 5 days of growth. Now, I believe this little bit of mold growth is from not having enough air circulation. And that's with this dome right here being on nonstop for 5 straight days. Even though I had the vents open, it still needed more airflow. So I really don't believe that's a problem. And all of the cells are still nice and moist. Very happy with the growth so far. I am going to have to add additional hours for the light to be on to prevent this legginess that I'm seeing in my outside rows here. So hopefully we'll get more light in there. I also just went into the app and realized I didn't have the brightness of my LED light up here. I didn't have it turned all the way up. So I now have it all the way up as high as it'll go. That should stop this legginess on both sides. It's brighter, and I now have it set to 14 hours of light a day. So let's see how things go from here. So I've cut in those pictures just for you so you can see all of that germination that has happened while I've been away. But I am going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. Remember, the links are below. LetPot Smart Seed Starter. It goes great with the hydroponic systems. If you already have those, you might want to check them out. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.